Hey, what's up, guys? It's Anime Talk back at it with My Hero Academia.
Back at it again.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
Back at it again with My Hero Academia, and this is episode, I believe, 61, right?
62.
No, I think it's 61.
65.
Okay, it's 61.
61.
And this one is.
62.
Stop it.
Okay.
We're way
Yeah.
past that.
Oh, I'm so, and this is my sidekick, Izzy.
Okay, thank you.
Hey guys, miss you, miss me.
So stupid. Anyway, so this episode was
It was black. Oh my
Oh my
god. So the title was called Midoriya versus
Chakan Part 2, I believe, right?
Kachan.
Chakan, Chicken Nuggets.
Bakugo,
They're all the same.
Part 2.
Bakugo. And
So they started off where they last ended off in the last episode with Deku and Bakugo. And then they were fighting, basically.
yeah, and the reason they were fighting is because Chakan or Kachan or
Chakan.
Chicken Nuggets, again, they all sound the same. This is like where he kind of puts everything together and says why All Might losing his power and all this stuff.
And he said he found out that Midoriya got his power from All Might. And he's like, why you? Why not me?
Why not me? Why did you why would he choose you?
He was basically pulling a Sasuke throughout.
Yeah, it's like, when Sasuke was leaving, he's like, he's always catching up to me,
because they're both jealous.
Yeah, they're jealous.
But you shouldn't put Bakugo that low.
And this episode was crazy with the action. Like there was actually not much to talk about, but the action. You know?
It was amazing.
Like it was back and forth, like just crazy.
It was hard to tell like who was gonna win because of course Deku would do an amazing.
But in the beginning, remember the thing is we don't know who's gonna win because Deku wasn't even fighting in the beginning.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
He didn't want to fight him, and then Kachan's like, fight me, and then
fight me, pussy.
Yeah, and then Bakugo later, he vented basically.
It was emotional, and it's funny because he's like he wouldn't look you in the eye when he was doing that. Remember, his eyes were always covered every time he said something about it, and he was just literally talking about what
happened to All Might losing all of his powers because of him. So that fight
he
was
has that guilt,
a way of ranting his feelings.
Yeah, and he thinks he's the reason why All Might
and
lost.
Deku figured that out mid fight, and he was like, oh my god, because Bakugo, he's like, this is all my fault. This is why All Might lost his power, and then he's like I can't get over the guilt, it's been hurt.
And he thinks All Might is literally resenting himself, Bakugo.
He's like, you can't tell me otherwise. This is the only reason. Because of me, I shouldn't have been so weak.
Yeah, and the whole episode was just non-stop fighting.
Yeah.
And there was some few flashbacks showing the relationship between Deku and Chakan, of showing them how they wanted to, they were looking up to All Might.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Bakugo, he was so jealous because he's like, why did Midoriya get the power?
Why
why would you choose someone so weak? When I'm strong, I can have I can be as strong as All Might,
Yeah.
And he's like, I looked up to All Might my whole life. Yeah, he chose Deku over me, and I'm like, come on, bro.
And he wants to find out, and that was the point of the fight, is that he wanted to find out is Deku better than him?
Yeah.
And
it was the second part, That's all. No wonder they called it part 2 because they were fighting before. So
yeah,
that was a rematch.
I think it's gonna be the last fight because if you think about it, this is it literally everything came out, everything's done. There's nothing.
Yeah, they basically settled the whole thing.
And Bakugo didn't do any bullshit where he's like, I'm joining the villains or anything. He's like, no, I respect All Might now. He's not now, but he's like, I respect the idea of it.
Job,
and he's
Bakugo.
like, I'm your rival. And you have to beat me next time. Don't lose. You have All Might's power.
It's funny because okay, so they were fighting, and then Deku, he was going all out. So was Bakugo. It was funny, but Bakugo ended. He basically won.
Yeah, but another thing is too is that Deku increased his power to 8%. And I'm thinking to myself, are you serious? So for the 3 past seasons, he's been using 5% power.
Increased 3%
more.
Oh my god, that's crazy.
And I'm like, I can't even imagine him at 20%.
I'm using 8%. But Bakugo still won over him.
It was honestly, if no one has watched My Hero, this is the reasons why. This fight was very intense. It's like very like this anime in general is fast paced. The action's always good. The dialogue, the story, everything is so good. There's
the whole
comedy in
plot
it too.
Is, like, really good.
Yeah, and that's probably why it's one of the most popular animes right now.
Yeah.
And I believe this is gonna be there's 2 more episodes and the season's over.
Yeah.
I think.
For dubs,
for
dubs probably over, right?
Subbed should be done by now. I believe so. It has to be. But dubbed, I think there's like 1 or 2 episodes. By the way, guys, we don't watch subbed a lot. We just watch dubbed.
Don't hate on us.
Don't hate on us. Don't kill us. And then what else happened? Oh, as they were fighting, the robot for the school detected. There was someone in there.
And then he was like, "Hey, Aizawa, get your kids, bro.
Yeah, it's your fault." And then we saw like a hand stop him, and it was AllMight.
We're like, "Oh my god, who is that?"
Yeah, and it was AllMight.
Turned out it was AllMight. He came and then he stopped the fight. He didn't stop the fight. They were already done.
They were done, and AllMight came.
Bakugo already beat him, and then AllMight came, and then he's like, "I heard everything, and like, don't feel bad."
Yeah, he's like, it's not your fault. So AllMight was explaining everything, like what the reason is why he lost. He lost all of his power. That he was getting, why he gave it to Midoriya. Basically saying, no, Bakugo, it's not your fault. It's not your fault that I lost my power or whatever.
And then Bakugo, he kept saying like, why him?
Yeah.
Why not me?
And then he explained,
he's like ever since the slime attack, like this has been like happening, you know, like you guys been interacting, and like I didn't get involved with anything for AllMight, and then so basically after that, Bakugo already knew about Deku's power and his passing it over from AllMight, and so AllMight and Deku explained it to him, and then it transitions to them 3 walking away, like walking back.
Oh, and they were arguing.
And then Bakugo's like, I'm gonna beat you, Midori. I'm gonna be so much higher than you. Yeah. And he was like, okay, Deku.
No, he's like, he's like, since you're always observing people and trying to get stronger, I have to do that now to get way much stronger than you.
And then he's like, and Deku's like, I'll be higher too. And he's like, what are you talking about?
I just said that. You can't be higher than me. Well, that's the point. Is that I'm gonna be higher than you.
I'm gonna be my almightiest.
I'm gonna be AllMight.
It was so dumb.
Yeah, and that honestly was a really good episode. There wasn't much to talk about because of most action. Like we're gonna go play by the action. Jeez, you have to go watch it to see it. That's too good.
That uppercut, and then Bakugo.
It was a brutal fight, honestly. Intense. They were going all out. Well, not all out, but like it was like holy shit.
They were hitting like metal and stuff. And
and I think that's all for today. That was a short talk about My Hero.
But before we end it, they ended it with Aizawa giving them a punishment.
Oh yeah.
Like the 3-day house arrest for Midoriya, and then 4 days for Bakugo. And then
there's like a written assignment too, I think, to explain why you did it or something.
And I need a written apology.
Yeah, and then that's how it ended. I was so pissed because it's like I wanted more, like at that point. And I think that's it for today's episode. Real quick, we're gonna tell you guys that we have some social media. Well,
at anime underscore.
I think.
Anime underscore is talk underscore is underscore now.
So yeah, it's
anime talk is now with 3 underscores.
It's like spaces.
Because people took our name, we have to improvise.
Exactly.
And Twitter, anime is now, and iFunny, anime talk. And YouTube. Well,
we just need
talk.
let's just promote Instagram. We don't need to promote like 70 things. We are on Spotify and iTunes and Google Podcasts and stuff like that. We're on probably 9 of them.
Merch coming soon. Just kidding. We're too poor for
And
that.
we are on YouTube. Whoever's watching us on the podcast itself, we are on YouTube, and we do provide like visuals. Like I do cut out the episodes just like at some parts of the podcast.
Yeah.
But sometimes I do get copyrighted. But I try.
Cool,
it was not cool. I'm not trying to put the whole episode or anything, but still, it's not bad.
And if you want quality memes by me, go follow. Mostly me.
No, me too. Don't say that.
Me.
No, me too.
Me.
No, okay. Anyway, and I think that's all for today. That was Izzy and
so what? Bye.
Shut up. We'll see you guys next time on Anime Talk.